So, anyone had any? You're having a day like that he became sin. What does that mean? What did that mean?
He knew no sin.
Right.
But he became sin for us, that we may be connected to God.
Right.
Like he was.
Right. You're right. Exactly. And so that's right. I'm trying to find out, what does it mean he became sin? Yes.
Every sin committed, past, present, and future, was in him on the cross. God could not look upon since he turned his back on his own son, which is the loneliest home that can ever be for him who's been so close to the Father. But in him, all the sins, past, present, and future, died in their power over us.
Okay. Now, I don't know if this is an easy question for you to answer, but to me it's everything. Because as you look at it and understand it more and more, I become changed more and more. Just by this one fact. That he, who did not know sin, was majestic, was awesome, was wonderful, was beautiful, didn't do one thing wrong, was always connected with his Father, never did a moment of a thing wrong, would become completely wrong. Would become completely wrong. I'm going to keep going here. Now, I'm going to look at some Old Testament analogies or Old Testament scriptures, just digging into this a little bit more, and in the end, it all makes all the sense in the world to me as I look at it. Because in the Old Testament, it talks about every time people would fall away from God, there would be a curse. There's curses and there's blessings. Okay? There were curses and there were blessings. And so if I go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, Deuteronomy 28, and I'll just start at verse 1. I'm just going to read a couple verses here and there just to make this right, though. Deuteronomy 28:1 says this, "Now it shall be, if you diligently obey the Lord your God, being careful to do all His commandments which I command you today, the Lord your God will set you high above the nations of the earth. All the blessings will come upon you and overtake you if you obey the Lord." You want to be overtaken with blessings? Does anyone here want to be overtaken with blessings? That'd be pretty sweet, right? Man, I was overtaken this last week with blessings. I mean, that would be pretty awesome to be able to say. And he goes on to say, do this and you're going to be blessed, going to be blessed, going to be blessed, going to be blessed. All right, all the way down through verse 14. Verse 15 pops up. You can get there. And after verse 15, Rick, I'm going to go to verse 25. So it says, "But it shall come about, if you do not obey the Lord your God, to observe to do all His commandments and His statutes with which I charge you today, that all these curses will come upon you and overtake you." And then he goes on to list all these curses. If you do this, if you do this, if you do this, curse, 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 curse. I don't like that idea. Right? Many times, though, I feel like I've lived where I've received nothing but the curses. And I know that when I lived the life without Christ, everything seemed to be a curse.